What's up with y'all? It's King Rip. Happy Martin Luther King Day. You feel me? I very appreciative. You feel me? First and foremost, it brings up the beginning of women's rights, civil rights, human rights. You get what I'm saying? We kicked off a lot, and this we kicked off a lot in this country. You feel me? Even with the 1960s, you know what I mean? Like it changed everything. You feel me? With all the protests, with the protest, the way it was designed to be, the way it was, everything that it was is accurate on. And then, it reminds me of where we are now, on how our protest is getting things done. We reform, racism in the department where they have to have, you know, they have to have a body cam. You feel me? So before they even leave out of the station, there's a body cam. You feel me? And it has to work. There's no excuse why it shouldn't be on or it shouldn't work, because obviously they wouldn't put it on. They have to check everything. You get what I'm saying? So no excuses, but accountability. You get what I'm saying? Because of racism in the department. Now, for, the 1960s, imagine if they had all that back then. You feel me? We came a long way. We came a long way. You know what our parents went through, from relationship beliefs, workplace beliefs. You get what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's all different now. You feel me? Everything's more updated. Everything's more upgraded. And then we got so many laws to protect, equality in the workplace. All types of stuff. Which reminds me, because I was thinking while I was eating lunch, you feel me? Can y'all imagine all the stuff that, people went through? Can you imagine? You feel me? All the stuff that people overcame and how there's so much inclusion right now. You feel me? Can you imagine that? And how we're getting it? It's something, You know what's even more exciting? How y'all caught on. How fast y'all caught on. Like, think about it. Down to the very, core of prevention, right? Down to the core of prevention. So think of it this way, right? Somebody is beginning a relationship. Now, when you begin a relationship, already there's the possibility of children. And it's a high possibility. You feel me? So when somebody has a possibility of these things, do you get what I'm saying? They're letting it be known that it's a possibility, right? So imagine this. If somebody don't pass a lot of tests that y'all upgraded on, fitting the description of something that can, survive that job, who can have that job, you feel me? Something that can sit back and grow with you, you feel me? Can you imagine all the things that y'all doing right now if they would have did that in the 60s? You feel me? It would have prevented a lot of stuff in the workplace and the household, the whole belief system. You feel me? But we're here now. We live, we learn, we grow. You feel me? We live, we learn, we grow. Trip out on this, right? If somebody didn't want to be with y'all, and turned around, then they let it be known that they didn't want kids. You feel me? Now y'all seeing your worth because you're not putting up with it. If that's a possibility, right? If you're good enough to kiss on and be with, and then somebody is sitting back trying to pretend with you, you don't want to play house with nobody. You feel me? Especially when you know there's a possibility that life is going to be created. You feel me? So for an individual to sit back and play with y'all money, y'all time, you feel me? And then show y'all they're not believers in relationship. They don't want no relationship. You feel me? Why not just tell somebody that at the beginning? Give them the option. You feel me? Of saying yes or no. Now picture this. Everybody that y'all seen in the past relationships. Everybody y'all seen in the past relationships, you feel me? Y'all, what did y'all see? Because y'all learn from them, you feel me? You know how you learn? You got somebody different face, different, words, different body type, probably, you feel me? But a different person. You didn't stick with the same person. So imagine if the same person tried to do the same shit. And I'm going to say it like that because that's the treatment, that's toxic. You feel me? And nobody treats anybody like that. You're not supposed to. You feel me? So why individuals, whatever, sit back and, I want to do this for you. I want to do that for you. I want to do all of this wonderful stuff. And then turn around, right? Hold on. Then turn around, right? And you see it wasn't nothing, special, spectacular, or whatever. You feel me? It wasn't none of that. It was just, some ill-gotten treatment because, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want this, we want that, and the whole time, they was just using you for your money. Like, I'll give you a better example now that my hands are not occupied, and I did this for a reason, to show y'all how comfortable I am with you. You feel me? So trip out on this, right? You got an individual, he's asking you, right? What do you want to do? What is this? What is that? What's your dreams? And you notice with this person, your dreams are never happening. You notice with this person, they wanted to find out everything about you. They didn't really tell them, like, you about them. And then at the same time, they always on the damn phone. Red flag. You feel me? Red flag. And then on top of it, you feel me? Like, to sit back and the individuals try not just obviously blocking you from your dreams. The ones who already seen you had it like that was trying to play on it. This is identical, you feel me, to what y'all been saying. So we getting down to the core of it, right? So identical, been trying to live off of y'all glory. You feel me? So imagine something. To protect and provide has nothing to do with being a leech. To protect and provide has nothing to do with catching a tantrum because you can't get your way. You feel me? Or somebody caught on to your lies, and then you're sitting back and you're letting it be known. You feel me? You're letting it be known that, well, if I can't get this money, if I can't get this, if I can't exploit so-and-so, if I cannot, just use, then what I'm going to do is catch a tantrum. I'm going to try to get this person kicked out, evicted, fired, all types of stuff. If I can, arrested, like, These are haters, but there's a thing called hate crimes. So to go back to the core of things, when people are meeting and you start seeing they want to find out everything about you hella fast, and they're not breaking barriers, they're not doing all of that other stuff, they're just in a rush to know all of your personal, you feel me, but they're not receptive to, dishing out the same damn thing. Let me let you know something. If it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it looks like a duck, it sounds like a duck, it's suffering like a duck, like it's a damn duck. You feel me? When y'all seen y'all stop sugarcoating things for them, when y'all seen y'all stop listening to them, and what happened? You feel me? So that's my thing. Prevention. So if somebody's telling me, and just use myself as an example, somebody telling me, oh, what you want to do, and me just testing it out, I throw out some way out stuff like, okay, I want to do this. And then next thing you know, I see when I do figure, like, let me just go try to, go over here and see what this, you know what I mean? And then see that get, like, it's like a door that just got shut. And then you're thinking like, I'm not really into this, but abnormal. Who else did I tell about this? I didn't tell nobody about this, but one individual. The same individual that's trying to get with me. Same individual, every time I'm on the phone, they come around and try to eavesdrop. Same individual that want to know all my business. That's who your hater is. The one that want to know everything, but they're not contributing to it. The one that want to know everything, but they're not doing nothing for themselves. The one that want to know all of you, but they're not telling you all of them. The one that wanted to separate you from everybody and then tell you all this weak, stupid stuff that's small talk, because all the ideas that they got is how to spend your stuff. All of their ideas that they got is how to have you have nothing. And y'all caught on to it. Because y'all rather listen to yourself, God, you feel me, and people who actually love you and give a damn about you. You feel me? Not some idiot group that y'all see now. Every time they're around, have you noticed there's sirens? There's some type of ambulance, fire truck, some type of, and they're all males. You get what I'm saying? They're all males that's behind these. You know what I mean? And what it is these are the stalkers. And that's who they were listening to, somebody who had a badge. That's why they impulsively throwing their jobs away. They can't really do nothing. You feel me? Like, it's not like, oh, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. Yeah, they're confessing to you what they were in process of trying to do, but that already got cut off because they were hiding. They weren't trying to do a damn thing. Probably like just spend money here and there, but they weren't trying to be obvious about anything. Probably take information here and there, but they wasn't trying to be obvious about anything. Now they're putting themselves out there. So for this Martin Luther King Day, remember, civil rights, how it came out. Remember, in the 60s, how women rights came out, how human rights came out. You feel me? And then take food for thought. Where was all of this stuff, when they were trying to say superior and this and this and that? If superior was this and all of this other stuff, then why did it took women rights to come out? You get what I'm saying? Our country already been established. You feel me? So think of this. And for y'all over here that's constantly seeing the pretense of these dudes trying to pretend they're in connection with me. I don't use devices, and if I was on a device, I guarantee you I won't sound like a white officer. You already know that game because they already confessed it to y'all before they started pretending. You get what I'm saying? And then tried to hide behind attitude or this and this and that. They're not female, so we already been through that. But food for thought, if they were gonna play this I know you are, but what am I type of thing, trip out on this, because that's how that game goes. Trip out on this, If they was in contact with me, don't you think they would have known I'm into females only? Don't you think they would have known I'm not into, any predators or anybody openly showing with officers from those 3 different departments, from the sheriff, the police, and the fire department? You feel me? Why the other one that's doing the major cyber stalking hides on devices, they would have known already. I'm not into none of that. Y'all don't hear no females like that. You feel me? Like, y'all don't hear none of that like that. So for an individual to try to pretend, oh, he's gonna say this now, he's gonna say, like, we already got rid of Cleo. You feel me? Like, so these idiots are making each other look real bad. You feel me? Real bad. And it's funny because even, why we enjoying this day, this week, we're gonna continue enjoying this year. You feel me? They're not enjoying anything. They don't have any joy. They don't have any happiness, no peace, no sleep, no rest. You feel me? And to not address it and care for themselves, because running to somebody to pretend mom, daughter, and nurse and wife at the same time, that shows you a lot about their type of relationships and why they don't need to be around children. They're not in the mindset or mind frame of actually raising a child. You feel me? So yeah, when y'all do y'all, because I know y'all updated on y'all tests out when all that, right? So when any individual is sitting back and like, oh, they're failing these tests, y'all not looking at their appearance or what they have, because obviously they don't have nothing. They probably just did what the obvious was: live off of somebody else and accumulate as they go along. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's that. You know, the stuff that people get and work for and stuff like that, it's not for oh, this and this and that, we want to use her. You know what my thoughts is when I get into somebody's life? First of all, there's the possibility of kids because I'm a planning daddy. You feel me? So, and I know that. I know my rapport with females. You feel me? So that's first of all. Second of all, I'm not living off of you. You feel me? Like, I'm not using you for nothing. Like, and I can get it on my own. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's a different thing. Third of all, I'm not gonna ask you about your dreams unless I'm planning on or contributing to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not planning on or attributing to it, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and then something goes wrong, where's the first place it's gonna be looked at? Do you get what I mean? Because it didn't go wrong until who came. That's the difference. Do you get what I mean? Like, if I ask, it's because I'm contributing. That's how a relationship's supposed to be. Happy wife, happy life, happy girl, happy world. You feel me? If somebody just want to find out something and then you notice you're being blocked all over the damn place and people are looking weird and acting weird at the workplace and stuff like that, or somebody has a suggestion where to work and then you realize it's a messed up place. So if these ideas coming from these individuals are all bad, all toxic, all foul, you feel me? Let them suffer. That's what they signed up for. That's what they agreed to. You feel me? Like, you can do nothing for them. You can do nothing for them. Like, what are they gonna do? Just lie to you? Lie to you to stick around and hope for another day to smear you? To try to gaslight you, to try to get you, to be fired, arrested, make, their own little terrorist threats on your freedom, your health, your finances. You feel me? Like, come on now. So today on, Martin Luther King Day, y'all increasing y'all strategies with y'all relationships, even friendships. You feel me? Because friendships and that don't contribute, relationships that don't contribute, consider that dead weight. Consider that just some shackle with a big boulder on your leg that's trying to drag along with you, but they're trying to stop you and you're dragging this along and it's trying to slow you down. You feel me? From your height, your speed. You get what I'm saying? So y'all make sure that y'all disconnect everything from y'all finances to see their reactions. You feel me? Not to see and then change it. Nah, to cut them off. They're not your newborn. They're not your babies. You feel me? And if they're part of a group like cancel culture, they stalking and you don't get used to them, period. This is why we got FEMA camps. You feel me? Because if you notice at the end of the presidency with Obama, he said he made stalking and targeting a capital crime. Then he started throwing it out there about FEMA camps. You see, I was hearing about it when I was in Puerto Rico. I was hearing about it before I left Washington. You feel me? And then you got ICE, they're telling basically the tactics of everything that, if you really want to think about it, everything that, council culture is known for. Because technically ICE is not, accustomed to, this happened and this happened, we're going after this. That's not their protocol. Their protocol is when you have court dates, you didn't make it, and you were already in the legal system and you were trying to do whatever you're trying to do. It's basically, because my dad was at INS a couple of times, you feel me? So for an individual to understand what their function is not, what y'all been seeing. If they're going after council culture and they don't want to just say it, they're just saying their actions on what they know what council culture was doing. All the stuff that I already ended and let y'all know about. And then you seen the interruptions, and then you always see these weird looking male officers. And then you see that it's constantly male officers, you feel me, of some sort, of some type of, and they're getting rid of it. Look how fast they got in their phones. Like, oh no, this happened. It's like, it's a process. It's not a long process. It's a short one, but it's a process. What it is, they don't have no more hiding spots, and they already against each other anyway. But what it is, the bigger pawns cannot use the bummy pawns to interrupt and do what they, why they sit down and make it seem like, oh, well, we're doing this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. You feel me? So on this MLK, think about this: how good our country's finna be, and how we're addressing everything the way it needs to be addressed directly, not indirectly, but directly. Do you get what I'm saying? And think of this in the past of everybody that's getting ready to get out, right? First of all, think of, all the stuff they already slipped and said and shown everybody. A sirens play, and then everything illegal tried to come out. That was council culture, either running their gas engine noises, causing tantrums, whatever, right? Interruptions. Now link that up to the protest interruptions. Then link that up, since we're, talking about the 60s and everything else, link that up to all those videos on how they moved and everything like that. And then link that up to the way they tried to throw it out there with our president right now, and how that wannabe JFK scenery, but it was a female in the back that had a thing, and she was ducking down and trying to hide her face and laughing. You feel me? Like, you got to think, council culture, the Klan is literally ending. Not even say that it was the Klan that has something to do with JFK. You feel me? But letting it be known that how everything is being wrapped up. They don't know it. They don't know it at all. You get what I'm saying? But it's sickening to for them. We're addressing it. We're not sick. We're addressing it. You feel me? Like, but it's sickening to them that they cannot hide. You feel me? And think of all from the protests, the rallies, the whatever, right? The debates. We can address a gang of things. But if we're just going to address one topic, stick to the topic. When you got somebody that's trying to, represent for a country, a people, a nation, a race, you get what I'm saying? You cannot, get there and try to argue your way into something and throw people off, and then like, hey, listen to me, I won that argument. Like, we don't give a damn about that argument. That's lack of communication, period. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a job. And if you cannot do that job, you get what I'm saying? If you said A to Z, and then when you got elected or whatever, you got put into office or whatever, right? Whatever the situation might be, and you start knocking it down, A all the way to Z, hella fast, because it's fast to do that. When you know directly what you're talking about and you have a direct solution, then it should be directly easy and fast. So to sit back and then, what we've been hearing, you get what I'm saying, and what we've been going through as a country, as a nation, like a lot of nations been going through, and they're leveling everything out. It's easy to sit back and debate what you can do and what you will do. it's kind of hard to think that everybody's going to believe presidency after presidency after presidency, or job after job after job, or relationship after relationship after relationship, regardless of the level of that, because it's all the same thing. I'm binding it together for you. That somebody's gonna sit back, enter your office, enter your, your workplace, enter your relationship, your life, and lie, and think that you're not gonna catch on to every single lie that has a history of lying, and thinking that, oh well, the people's dumb, or she's dumb, or he's dumb, this workplace dumb, so we're just gonna keep on doing what we're doing while we pocket our own. To be a part of something so great and to address everything directly, if you notice, and this is just, something to sizzle on in your mind, you feel me? If you notice something, how everybody's getting rid of trash. Everybody's addressing everybody that's innocent, you feel me? Like, that need to be addressed. And then, in the reality, those who don't want to address anything, they're just showing everybody in reality, because we're going to get rid of them anyway. So they're just showing how they tried to obstruct justice for years. That's it. That's all. Not that, something can be signed into a law and we cannot sign it out. Like, that just comes with a new person. Bam. All right. Yeah, this didn't work. Nah, we're getting rid of that. Bam. That's why the governors out there, or the governors and everybody else, they're like, look, there's a process with this. We're already addressing this. So if you're going to protest, do it safely. Because if you see what, like, when you know that is something, that they're telling you something that they can't really get into too much detail directly. Do you get what I'm saying? But you see, I don't work for them. I work for the people. I work for my country. You get what I'm saying? I work for life. You get what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. So for somebody to sit back, and they're in all types of places, they're addressing only the actions and words and movements of council culture, which is linked to Confederacy, which links to the Klan. So for us to sit back and hear what, ICE is saying they're going after, the only reason we got involved, first and foremost, is not because of confusion. It's because we got involved because we knew certain individuals that didn't have nothing to do with what they were saying they were going after. That's just simple, because ICE don't do that. That's not their function. That's not their protocol. Do you get what I'm saying? Regardless of an order, regardless of anything. Do you get what I'm saying? That's not, protecting and serving. That's not nothing to do with, wrapping up individuals. Their thing is, if you are illegal and you broke the law, that's what they're saying. These individuals that were breaking the law, but they don't even got their paperwork right. That's why you don't see nobody else that didn't break the law. You don't see them complaining about nothing. You don't see them because they wasn't involved with that. Understand, everybody in this country is connected. After the end of a lot of that stuff that was happening during COVID, if you notice, everybody that was breaking the law were going after them, including those who were telling them to do it. This is just simple. This is facts. Do you get what I'm saying? This is just the last roundup. And this is why we got FEMA camps. Do you get what I'm saying? Their medical history, their medical issues, their false pretense, the hide in mental health systems, everything that they tried to do and tried to hide and hope for a better day to come out, they're not headed in that direction. There's so many that already went in that's getting ready to get refiled on. Do you get what I'm saying? And then there's so many real Americans finna get out because these idiots is sitting back, and they're not just around the light of the world, but around y'all light, telling y'all what it is and how they locked innocent people up. We know what Jim Crow law is. You get what I'm saying? It's not a legal law. We know exactly what that is. That was a way to do what they were doing to everybody's community, obviously. You feel me? So to sit back and sizzle on that and think while we are doing our thing, while we are addressing our thing, look how fast we got in their phones. Look how fast we did all of this stuff. That's called solid evidence. As soon as they try to even tell somebody while hiding behind a badge to interrupt our protests, don't you know that's a hate crime? Don't you know that's disturbing the peace? Don't you know that is so much stuff to do with what everybody in our government is calling it? Domestic terrorism. You feel me? So those are not the type of charges that, niggas on any day want. Because there's no telling where you're going to go, what they're going to do to you, and be justified for it. Do you get what I'm saying? When they got that type of evidence on you, when they got, these badges that are dirty and they already know, they're literally giving their jobs away. Just as fast as they can go to the metro. Oh, here, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. Like, nigga, you never seen this before. So enjoy this rapping on how it's being rapping. You feel me? Because we don't need that. If Hollywood can do it, if y'all can do it, if our country can do it, then anybody can do it. There's a proper way to do everything. There's always a proper way to do everything. So y'all realize that, and then for y'all females, back to y'all, that's with the relationship thing like that, and these individuals trying to finesse y'all and all this other stuff. Put it this way, protecting and providing has nothing to do with living off of somebody. If they want a shelter, then that's the direction they need to go. If they need a nurse, then the hospital is the direction to go. If y'all see their mind is gone and they're just trying to linger and linger and linger for the next opportunity of whatever opportunity they feel they have, then that's when you get them restraining orders and you call it in, because obviously the nigga can't get it right. If they're telling y'all every day they want to hear another male explain to them, and they're talking about some other stuff that's outside of that relationship, outside of those four walls and a roof, outside of everything, then maybe they need to explain why they listen to those type of males, and why don't they just go back to that male's workplace? Because so far the male they've been talking about was on cyber stalking. That's an officer. That's why every time a siren's played, they're doing the same stupid. But that's why their cars are being pounded. That's why they're being moved on. You get what I'm saying? So to just, protect your peace and bring a little laughter and humor to, this Martin Luther King Day and stuff like that. Just to, so y'all realize what it is even more. Isaiah chapter 9. And Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 12. That's what's happening in our government right now. That's what's happening pretty much everywhere, but right here too. So there is nobody that y'all seen that's a part of their group that's going to have anything. What can they leave to who if they were involved by accessory and then report it? Think about that. So it's being given back to you. Do you get what I'm saying? What they tried to victimize in the workplace, y'all taking the workplace. What they tried to victimize up and down the street and use against y'all, just like in a relationship. What happened, Your Honor? Oh, I had to go to work and he always ran to the car. Okay, did you put in on this car and all this other stuff? And since he used it, did he say that he was going to do this when you met him? And as soon as the answer come out, yeah, it's all proven and everything like that, and then it changed up and he started trying to use it against you, guess who gets the car? The female. Guess who gets all those damages, even from emotional distress? We're trying to do this. We're trying to, what do you think lawyers are sitting back hearing? What do you think everybody's sitting back hearing and getting? You get what I'm saying? It's simple. Beautiful. That's beautiful. But what do you think they're sitting back doing? Do you get what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing special. You get what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing special. They're not doing nothing than what you already know they were doing and looking for an excuse. So y'all keep doing what y'all do. And happy Martin Luther King Day.